Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
Very artistic valleys.
You and I have we're supposed to meet at some point in time.
Yes. But I'm originally from Jamaica, West Caribbean.
Great idea.
That I don't worry about, money because we'll gig on the weekends.
And also, we just started a mariachi program last year, fall of 2023. So we're very excited about that.
If you have so much passion for something, whether it's music, whether it's any other, major career, just go for it.
Welcome to Valley Vibes, your show about the Valley's culture, arts, and happenings from a youth perspective. I'm Dr. Tom Tackey, the creator and executive producer of Valley Vibes. As we've said before, we teachers and different professors and such have a huge impact on our students' perspectives on music and their access to it. So today we've got a special guest. We have Dr. Hope Davis, the chair of the music department at Imperial Valley College. So Hope, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing great today.
Great. How long have you been at IVC?
Roughly 17 years. That's a nice long time. But at IVC, 17 years is like medium because people are there until sometimes up to 42 years and so forth. So I seem like a baby still. I just have my third work pin. So yes.
Yeah. So 17 years. So did you start like in the fall of 2007?
Yeah.
Okay, so actually you and I are on the very same
Yes.
schedule.
Yes.
I started here at Central Union fall of 2007 as well. So that's fascinating. And you're right. It's like some are in these jobs for a long time.
Yes, for a very long time, yes.
And I think that's a result of it being a good job, right?
Yes, and also just the area is very good and the very family feel of things. People really enjoy the family and welcoming feel of the valley. So yes, they stay for a long time.
That's true. I mean, it seems to me that sometimes we get this rap of, well, there's nothing going on out there and such. But in all actuality, there really is a lot happening.
There's a lot happening, yes.
But and so tell us a little bit about your background. I know a little bit about, but tell our listeners a little bit about, how you got to the Imperial Valley, because you're not from the Valley.
No, I'm not from the Valley at all. Well, I got to the Imperial Valley by a lot of different stops along the way, but I'm originally from Jamaica, West Caribbean, and grew up and was trained there as well, and then came to the U.S. actually for grad studies, as a matter of fact. So I went from Jamaica to University of Wyoming, actually, where I got a master's in music, and also with a minor in radio and television broadcasting and directing, yes. And then I went to University of Southern Mississippi, and then I went to University of Louisiana State University, both of which I graduated from as well, eventually from both of them, doing different doctorate degrees.
Wow. So from Kingston to
Wyoming,
Laramie.
to Laramie. Mm-hmm. It was a very, very big change, actually. Wow.
Oh, really?
Because I was actually from the beach area, so from the sea level beach to high mountain.
Yeah.
Desert. Yeah.
And just, from tropical to extremely cold and windy.
Yes, at the high desert. Yes.
Yeah, that's fascinating. And so now talk to us a little bit about your musical upbringing. Like, your involvement with music as a kid.
Yes.
In school.
Yes.
And then, your college years.
Okay, so my involvement in music as a kid, first of all, my mother's first degree was in music. My mother was a music major at first, and then she switched to sciences after a while. She got her music degree, then sciences and so forth. So my mother first inspired myself and my brothers to do music. We all had to do piano lessons, and we actually liked it because we liked practicing, so which was a good thing. In fact, at home, my mother had to sometimes stop us from practicing, quite the opposite to what sometimes we do nowadays. And so I went through the sort of the British system then, where we did all these exams from the Royal Schools of Music with levels 1 through 8 in piano or anything, or violin or viola or whatever we're going to do it in, including in voice. And after that, we would take their licentiate diplomas and stuff in music, in performance, and also in teaching and so forth, which eventually constitutes like a bachelor's in music. And I also attended the Jamaica School of Music then, when I was like a teenager and so forth, and had some very great teachers. They were all from actually outside of Jamaica. I mean, some were from Germany, some were from Australia and so forth. And they were a very good influence with us actually, and helped us to really, learn what it is like to be a real musician and so forth. And I also had one teacher, my last one from the upper work was, I forgot his name just right now, but anyway, he was from Vermont, USA, and he was retiring and he came to Jamaica to teach at the Jamaica School of Music. And he's the one who helped me to get scholarships to the USA.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That was John Sayers, yes.
That's something that I tripped across in your path, some years ago. That you and I were supposed to meet at some point in time.
Yes.
Actually, at one point, I think it would have been as early as 1985 because I was offered a job as director of brass studies at the Jamaica School of Music.
Wow.
And I went down and I visited to see if it was going to work out. It was a situation where they were offering a 2-year contract. Pay was low. I think by Jamaica standards, it probably is pretty good.
Yes.
Sure,
yeah.
But from U.S. standards, it was like probably
Yes,
about,
it's not going to work, right?
It was about
10,000 a year.
Oh, it wasn't that much.
Oh, wow.
They were offering 18,000 Jamaican.
That's low.
So it was about $3,600 or something, plus room and board.
Okay.
So, and a plane ticket home once a year. So, and I looked at it as a really kind of a extremely cool opportunity to, be able to expand my horizons, if you will.
Yes.
I would have had a couple music ensembles. I know there's a couple jazz ensembles or pop-type groups, a reggae ensemble, and then, private lessons on trombone and stuff. But and the trumpet player, or the trumpet teacher at the time, said, "Oh, don't worry about, money because we'll gig on the weekends." That there was,
right.
There's plenty of work.
Yes.
And that's what I was interested in. It's like, okay, I can learn this stuff, and if I love it and stay, then I love it and stay. And if I don't, I can come back and be a performing musician. It didn't turn in that direction. I ended up being offered a position at Frostburg State University in Frostburg, Maryland, as director of bands, and it wasn't much more money because it was just like kind of a one class type of thing, but this led to that, and that led to this, and here we are today.
Exactly.
But I thought what was really interesting about the Jamaica School of Music is that it was on the facility was like a reformed military complex, right?
Yes. Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah.
So,
kind of center of the city in a way?
Yes, it was kind of right in the center. Yes, right in the center. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So from there you went to Wyoming.
Yes.
Okay. How was that?
Well, it's looking in hindsight, it was actually pretty good. I actually do like Wyoming's very clean, rarefied atmosphere. The people are very high-spirited, I found, very high-spirited, and a lot of cowboy culture. As a matter of fact, what drew me to Wyoming when I was looking at many, many universities to attend in the U.S. was the cowboy on a horse. I said, "Oh, that looks cool." So then I was a young woman then, so I wanted to go to see something exciting like that. And they had lots of rodeos there and so forth. The music department was also very, very good. I remember they had a fantastic orchestra, about 100 pieces orchestra at least, and a huge wind ensemble, and a massive chorus, about 300 voices, which I really like, the Symphony Chorus. Outstanding. And in that course, you had like first, second, and third sopranos, first, second, and third altos, first, second, and third tenors, first, second, and third basses. When you're a third bass, you're a basso profundo. And then quite a lot of those other guys from Alaska and stuff. So really, really outstanding experience with choral music there too.
And so that's kind of your original focus was choral music? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes. And I was also into our keyboard, organ, and so forth, and of course voice and so forth.
Wow.
And I played in their orchestra as well. I was violist in their orchestra as well, just very good. I mean, I really enjoyed their musical experiences. They were just it was always very outstanding for me then. I remember being in the chorus and all the time, I always had what they call goosebumps all the time because it was just always so good. So, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
You know, before we move forward, I'm thinking back to our conversation a few moments ago, and you're talking about your mother and
Brothers.
actually getting you to stop practicing.
Yes, true. Yep.
That's nuts. It's you know, I tell my students that, as you know, when I was growing up, at least with my mom and most of my friends' moms, it was fully expected that you were going to learn how to play piano, you know, at a younger age. I mean, you went to piano lessons when you were 5 or 6. With my mom, she felt like, okay, you're going to learn how to read music, you're going to learn how to play piano. And when you get to 5th grade, you can make the decision if you want to stick with piano or go into band and leave piano or both, whichever. And for me, I quit piano at that point. And sometimes I kind of regret that. I mean, it's like I can still play pretty well.
Yes.
Not fantastically or anything, but it's like I know in undergrad years when I had to take piano again,
Right.
I picked it up pretty quickly. The muscle memory was still there.
Okay, that's good.
But, you know, so do you see that as being one of the kind of huge shifts in the preparation of our students today? Their basic experiences at younger ages with music?
Kind of, yes, but although I really respect the American system because most schools have music programs. You know, that's what I really respect about it. Now in Jamaica, and good ones, meaning you have band and you have sometimes orchestra and also chorus. And so in Jamaica, when I was growing up, and even still today, not all the schools have music programs. My elementary school, I remember we did singing, and that was one of my favorite parts of the day when they would sing. I remember some of the songs up until today. But my junior high and high school had good music programs then because it was not in the same village where I grew up. It was out of town, so it was good.
Yeah, that sounds similar to my upbringing. That we had music class, you know, several times a week. I think it could have been like up through 4th grade. It probably was in the closed classroom, but 5th and 6th, it was pull-out music.
Yeah.
You know, that we had a music teacher that came in. You did,
Okay, that's good. You see?
know, so you had chorus, you had the song flutes. 4th grade, we were playing song flutes, so we were being pulled out in 4th grade. Now that I think about it, but you know, and I think that's, to me, I see that being the missing part of a lot of our elementary schools now.
Yes.
Even here in the Valley, they're few and far between having a real viable music experience.
Yes, I can imagine. Just really general music song. And I think what I think I've seen here, because I've worked in some of the ACES programs in our valley here, mostly in Westmoreland and in Calipatria. And what I would notice, like, you go up there, I would be the only one coming up there. There's a volunteer, of course. And then, and I'd do something like every Friday with them and so forth. But what they would do is that just Christmas time, all the groups just come in and someone just sing something, okay? So not really any preparation as such. But so what I was doing, something pretty structured with the 3rd grade and stuff in Westmoreland and also in Calipatria.
Right. And, you know, I taught music in Holtville for a couple of years. And one of the things I will say about the Valley is that the parents are really, really supportive of these programs.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, they want them.
Yes.
The schools may not offer them,
Right.
but man, the parents are super supportive of it. And,
Yes.
you know, it's something I guess I don't totally understand why we don't have as many schools with vibrant music programs as we do.
Yes.
But we certainly have some very good ones.
Yes, yes. And and I think it's a very artistic valley generally, in fact, artistic border culture. So, true enough, they try to more push for STEM, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But we have a lot of artistic people as well, though. It's a very artistic valley. So I wish we would do even more or appreciate more of the arts sometimes in things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I think we're seeing a bit of a renaissance in some of the arts. Like,
Yes.
you know, all these murals and such that we're starting to see in the
Yes.
around, you know, and the support of having new murals
Yes.
painted is wonderful.
Yes. Yes.
So Hope, it's really, really fascinating what we've been talking about. But let's kind of shift into music at IVC and what you do there and what the program offers and such.
Okay, so at IVC, I'm professor of music, and I teach a lot of different courses. I teach all the music theory levels of the lower undergraduate level, music theory 1, 2, 3, 4, musicianship classes 1, 2, 3, 4. I also teach some general ed courses like Music 100, that's music foundations, and also Music 102, which is a music appreciation styled course. I also have taught voice classes and guitar classes. Used to teach piano classes before too, but we try to rotate it with all teachers getting a chance to do so. And let me see what else. Oh, and I do some of the ensembles. I'm doing the choral ensemble, also string orchestra, which is like a beginning strings and also intermediate strings. And we just started a mariachi program last year, fall of 2023. So people are very excited about that. And this semester, we have a very good mariachi group this semester. But of course, it depends on who registers for it. So like the first semester was pretty decent, second semester a little less decent, and then this semester, like, wow, where did they all come from? So we're very excited about it this fall and hope it will continue to grow in that direction. So the program at IVC, we offer an associate degree for transfer in music, and it's kind of like a general music one because we want to add much more to our program. We're just hoping that we can get the program to grow much more. To add actually a one in music business, music technology, music industry is a major like in that because that's the direction that I think is the best for our students, and our students are showing that. It's not about what we think. We're seeing our students showing that. For example, even at like Central Union High School is showing the way that with Dr. Tom Tackett, who's interviewing us today, they have the best situation in making podcasts, music technologies, recording, and that sort of thing. Also, they have a program also in Brawley, at Brawley Union High School, also at Southwest. So that's the direction that our students are really into. So we should provide it for them at IVC as well. So we're hoping to add a second degree program in music business, music technology, music industry, because I think that's the best way for our students in this valley.
I think you're right. I think that we have seen kind of a shift from your kind of traditional ensembles
Right.
and that into these areas like you're speaking of.
Yes.
This show that we're talking on right now is
Right.
an example of kind of that shift.
Right.
And maybe I'm speaking because that's what I'm involved in, but I don't think so. I don't think that I have the blinders on.
It's what's happening.
And
it's happening all over the U.S. as well, not just in the valley. It's happening nationwide and I believe worldwide. And also you can see it when you look at for faculty music jobs. First time you would not see any faculty music job for music business or for music technology or music industry. But now you're seeing a lot of those, even more beating out the usual traditional ones. I'm like, yeah, so it's shown that the shift has occurred. So we have to try to embrace that.
Right. And, it's, to be really blunt, I grew up playing trombone.
Of course, yes.
And I can't tell you the last time I played trombone.
Yes.
I actually, I was looking at getting a doctorate in it at
Yes.
one point in time.
But, yep.
I think the vast majority of kids have that wonderful, instrumental music
Yes.
experience during
Yes.
school.
Yes.
And I think that's something that they should have opportunities for.
Yes.
However, very few of them play after their high school years.
That's right.
And so, the use of or the learning of what I think we used to call them the social instruments like
Yeah.
guitar
Yeah.
or keyboards or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are things that people still engage with later on.
Yes. Yes.
Or even these more simple types of recording experiences where
Yes.
we're building podcasts or songwriting or whatever
Yes.
expression they want. But that's interesting. So, what type of student body do you have in the music department?
Okay. What do you mean ethnically? Well, of
Well,
course.
no, I guess just who is taking
Okay,
your
okay.
music
All right.
classes and where are they going?
Okay, so we have majority of our students are our traditionally young people coming directly from high schools, okay? And we have some older ones as well who have come back for their second and third degrees and so forth, or much more than that. So, but it's the majority are the younger ones, 18 through, let's say, 25, okay? And you have some older ones, some of them even over 50 and so forth coming back. So you have a nice mixture of generations there. And yes, they're mostly Latino, Hispanic, etc. And some others, of course, like our Valley culture. And where are they going with it? Some of them transfer to universities in San Diego. Most of the San Diego SDSU is very popular. Northridge is also very popular. LA School of Arts, like not UCLA, is the University of Los Angeles. That's also very popular. Also, San Bernardino is very popular. So they're going to those universities to continue to get their baccalaureate. We have had a lot of our students now getting the bachelor's in music technology, music recording, music business. That's what's happening. So, and then, of course, music education, of course. Mm-hmm. So that's what they're really doing. I don't know if anybody's getting anything in music performance. I have not heard of any of those.
Right.
Yes.
And I would imagine that you serve a large support. A lot of your courses fulfill other graduation requirements. So you obviously have a lot of students that would be non-music majors,
Right.
that are
Yes,
doing
definitely.
things.
Definitely, yes.
Right,
But those are what really fill our classes, who are non-music majors,
Right.
but who are both interested in music and the arts. Yes.
Right, and I think that's usually the case with, especially like the junior colleges, the community
Yes.
colleges,
Yes.
the small universities and colleges. I think that the role of the music instructor really is one of support. And I think that's a good thing.
Yes. Yes.
That we're able to share our knowledge and our love for music
Right.
with the masses and provide them with a
Yes, tools.
good
for-
exposure.
yes, that's exposure. Yes, and I should say some of the other programs we have, some of the other ensembles we have, of course, a jazz band as well, led by Mr. Carlos Navarrete, and we also have a symphony orchestra, of course, with Dr. Matt Bussey. So yes, so we have.
Excellent. So, I've really appreciated having you with us this morning.
Oh, thank you.
And hopefully we can, continue on with this discussion one of these times later in Valley Vibes.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you very much for having me.
Okay. Thank you, Hope.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we're back. We've just got done talking with Dr. Hope Davis, the chair of the music department from Imperial Valley College. And right now I have a couple of Imperial Valley College students that have taken some music classes and such that are also Spartan alumni and Spartan Sound Production alumni. So, hey, you two go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Andrea. I'm a freshman at IVC, and I'm a criminal justice major.
Hi, my name is Andres. I'm a freshman at IVC, and I'm majoring in psychology.
Okay, hey, it's weird to hear you guys say that you're freshmen, because I still see you as seniors at Central. But, I understand that both of you have taken some music classes at IVC, and since we're kind of got that little music focus going today, talk a little bit with us about what classes you took and how maybe those are a little different than the ones you took at Central and such. We'll see where we go. Okay.
This fall, I took Intro to Music Foundations with Miss Mary Stupin. I loved it a lot. She actually inspired me to take more classes with her in the spring semester. And it was really interesting to learn a bit about theory. It's something I've always been scared of and I've never really understood at all, but she really helped me through it. And I'm excited to learn more from her, and hopefully one day I can take Theory 1, but right now I'm planning on taking piano and Intro to Music Literature.
Yeah, in theory, it is hard. It's especially, I think theory is really difficult for singers because instrumentalists that read music, they've got a little bit of a leg up when it comes to taking theory. And singers, they don't have that background stuff. So honestly, you're taking piano is going to help you out a little bit, That'd be cool.
Yeah, and I kind of did get a little bit familiar with the piano through foundations because that was kind of the backbone of us learning different notes. And we learned on a keyboard. I learned what the keys mean and the colors and all that, which never made sense to me at all. And yeah, she's been a great help. And I think it's something that I do think I can do now, theory.
So, but like during your senior year, you had like an almost full musical day. You had electronic music, you had choir, you had rock combo.
Yeah, it was 3 classes. It was a really fun year because I love music, but there's probably some students that maybe wouldn't have enjoyed that creative outlet. But it was really fun. I got to do podcasting and music production in your class and rock combo. I mean, that was a lot of like free reign and making our own choices and what we wanted to practice and things like that.
How do you think that those classes contributed to you being ready for college classes, or did they?
I think there was a lot more structure in the class that I took this semester for foundations. I would say it definitely made me more open to the idea of structure. Music has always been very, very creative for me and very experimental for me, especially not knowing music foundations and theory. And I think being able to explore that first opened me to the opportunity of that structure of actual foundations.
That's cool. And Andres, what classes did you take this year?
I also took Intro to Music Foundations, but I took it with Julie Chung. And I was able to take it online, which was a huge help because I was able to go back and look at the videos if I was ever stuck. And one of the most interesting things in that class was that they made me learn on a flutophone. I never touched one of those things, but they taught me theory on it, like the notes, and when I touch my fingers on the holes and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, as a guitarist, you're not you don't read music that much with guitar?
Mm-mm.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's still very hard for me, but
okay.
I can it's easier on drums to read and on the flutophone now, since I was able to read it. They taught me that in that class too.
All right. And you said you're a psychology major, so what connections do you see between music and psychology?
I've heard a lot about therapy. Like people, they use music for therapy.
Oh, absolutely.
Some patients, and that they can't reach, they can't speak vocally. That they reach, how do I say it? How do I word this?
It's almost like they sing in a way. They access that other side of their brain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They access that other side of their brain.
It's amazing that your speech is on one side and music is on the other, and that it can work that way. And there's
Places that only music can hit.
yeah, I mean, just even the treatment of people with traumatic brain injuries with music is incredibly fascinating. So
I've also seen people that have had like brain trauma that can't speak.
Yeah.
They like hum to songs too. Like
Exactly.
comforting frequencies and stuff.
That's really interesting.
Hmm.
But you likewise last year, your senior year at Central, had a lot of music classes. You had you had electronic music with me. You
Advanced
had
guitar,
advanced guitar,
rock combo.
rock combo.
Yep. It was a very fun year.
And do you feel like those things contributed to your success this semester at IVC? Or?
Oh, definitely. Because in advanced guitar, Mr. Gady helped me read music theory. He was the first person to do it.
Right. So, what can you tell us about your experiences with the music department at IVC? And you've told us you've taken a couple classes, but like, what are you gonna do in the future here?
Well, I heard that, like you said, your teacher also offers courses for like guitar, piano, vocals. So I think I want to do that with piano. I think that's the next step.
Yeah.
Just try to learn piano.
Excellent. Andrea, you were talking about that you really kind of appreciated the structure and such of the classes at IVC. So like high school, all the classes you took are daily. And,
Right.
you go to college, they become what, twice a week, 3 times a week? Or how is that different for you as a student this year?
Well, for foundations, I went Monday and Wednesday, and we met for about an hour 30 to 45. A big thing that I noticed being in that class was it's a humanities requirement. So not a lot of us wanted to be there. Not a lot of us wanted to go into music, even me. But, we all still had to be in that structure of turning in assignments, of learning what we needed to learn. You can't really fake knowing what you're doing in theory at all. And it was just interesting that we were all learning together as much as we did or didn't like the subject. So, yeah, we met twice a week. Class was not a requirement, which it takes a lot of responsibility and to be held accountable by yourself to make the effort. That's a really big difference.
Yeah, that is a shift for sure. It's kind of like, it's almost like a complete flip in the idea of homework. Like high school, you have all those hours of class time. So you have during a week you have 5 hours of class time, and how much homework probably. I don't know.
Yeah, going to school now, I was going Monday through Thursday, but my days were from 9 in the morning to maybe 12 or 1. And I had breaks in between that as well. So it feels a lot less restrictive and more responsibility. That's the word that I can't deviate from that word because it all
it's on
depends on
you.
yourself, really. There's no one watching you.
Right.
There's no one being on you about doing things or even going to class in the first place. So
Yeah, I think back to my college years, and I would agree with that to a certain extent. I was a music major, and I had freshman theory 5 days a week at 7:45 in the morning,
wow.
which would not have been good for Andres.
Definitely not.
But and that prof was really, really strict about you showing up. I'm kind of a morning person. I'd show up regardless, and And I liked the class a lot. I did well. But one of my friends did not make it the first year because she simply just couldn't get to class. And she'd miss all the quizzes, and there wasn't an opportunity to redo it. And she almost flunked it the second year, too, because of
my
the same
gosh.
stuff. She just could not hit that 7:45 a.m. class. But it was on her. And she became a music teacher later on. She became a principal after that.
Oh,
but,
wow.
it's kind of crazy. But so, you know, Andrea was on Valley Vibes here a few weeks ago and talking about being a student ambassador. So, Andres, what about you? What are you really liking about IVC at this point in time?
At the moment, I think my favorite thing was probably the music classes, if I'm being honest. I think that's what I want to fully change my major to. I want to just full send it to music. That's what I want to try to go for.
Okay. That's fantastic. And the scheduling, how's that all work out for all you?
I had a lot of freedom because, again, I did it online and I was able to turn in my assignments whenever I wanted, to be honest, because they gave me a deadline, but I would turn it in maybe 2-3 days prior, so I didn't have to worry about it. I passed with a good grade.
All right. Well, I wish you both the best of luck in the second semester, and
Thank you.
let's have you back on here again.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to Valley Vibes. I have been joined by two Spartan Sound Production alumni. They're Central Union High School alumni as well. We have Jocelyn Pinheiro and Karina Gutierrez with us. And they are currently, well, I'll let them tell you where they're at. And we're gonna talk a little bit about their experience with music at Central and at their prospective colleges now. So go ahead.
Hi, my name is Karina. I am currently a student at SCSU in Calexico, and the classes that I took here at Central was music appreciation and electronic music.
My name is Jocelyn Pinedo, and I'm currently a student at IVC, and the classes I took here at high school were the same: electronic music and music appreciation.
That's great. Yeah, you. I had both of you in electronic music 2 years ago, and in addition to just creating things like this content we're doing right now, you both were pretty involved with like DJing and stuff too. It's like,
Yes.
What was your name again? What was that? Was that
DJ Schlin.
Yeah.
DJ Schlin? Yeah, that was it. Unfortunately,
Was it Mr. Rubio that made that?
he sort of did make that, and it's going to stick, especially now that we put this here. So
Yes.
anyway, but we just got done talking with Dr. Hope Davis, the chair of the music department at IVC, and I wanted to talk to you two about how the music courses at Central maybe prepared you for what music courses or art courses you've taken at your prospective institutions, or in general. I mean, did our courses help you be better college students?
Yeah, well, honestly, I only took music, I believe it was 100 or something, the basic. And it was really different and something I didn't expect. It was something totally different than what I had learned here at high school. But over there, it was more going and seeing bands playing or orchestras playing and just kind of viewing in that perspective. But it did prepare me in some way because, obviously related, but it was different than what I was expecting for that music class.
For me, I am currently majoring in liberal studies, so a lot of my classes that I'm taking is tailored towards that major. So the class that I took was with Hope Davis, and it was a class about music for children. I don't remember the exact name or the number, but I believe, a lot of the classes here at Central did help me. In music appreciation, we learned a lot about different notes, different terms in music that I was able to look back on when I was taking this course. This course was at SCSU was very hands-on. We were able to do like a presentation teaching the children about different music that we were able to do using different instruments. So I was able to use a lot of that knowledge from here at Central at that class in SCSU.
That's really cool. It's like, honestly, the music appreciation course here at Central is a little different than what most appreciation courses are. I think, like, especially like at the college level, appreciation courses, you talk about composers typically of the past. Maybe there are some modern musicians, some jazz perhaps and things, but they really are even limited into getting into anything like world musics or things. But the curriculum we use it here at Central is about how music interfaces with your life, or where its role and purpose in your life. So I think it's a nice preparation for some of those courses, and especially for you, Karina. It's like, going into like an elementary teaching type of situation. I think, it may contribute to what you can provide for some of your students. But Josh, what'd you say your major is?
Oh, my major is business.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it doesn't really have to, I just kind of general ed. But, yeah, because music appreciation, it's, to me, like you said, more kind of learning the history, honestly, because in high school, that's kind of how it was. Like, we learned a lot about, other composers back in the days. And for the college course I took, it was more learning an instrument and, doing that, making videos and playing that same instrument and learning about those notes and stuff, and then going to, like I said, the concerts and that. So that's the part that was just different for me. But yeah, that's my major.
All right, that's great. So, and you're both doing ARC after school program. Tell us a little bit about that and how maybe some of these music courses or the art courses or whatever have helped you out with that.
Well, I have a music club. It's an after-school program, and we do academics and clubs. And so I have my own music club apart from others. And it did help me a lot because, like I said, I did learn instruments in college. And then with the knowledge I have from music appreciation, electronic music, it's cool because I use electronic drums, and then I use the keyboard, flutes, which is what I learned at college. Where I am learning in college, and we do karaoke and singing and stuff, so it's really cool. We get to do that, but yeah.
And I'm currently doing a painting club, and I haven't taken any art classes yet, but I'm currently set to take an art class next semester. So my plan is to take any knowledge that I'm going to be doing in that course, putting that into my painting club, and just putting that knowledge towards that. But something I forgot to mention is that right now I'm doing a journalism club, which is we're recording the students and having them do like different news for the program, like different events that are happening and things that are going on in the school. And me and Josh would actually do like podcasts here at Electronic Music in one of the classes. So I'm able to use that knowledge, like make sure the room's quiet, make sure that we have the right sound, and I'm able to like transfer that knowledge onto like that club. So
Oh, that's cool. So what grade levels are those?
Well, the school is kinder through 5th, but my club, the journalism club, is 3rd through 5th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for music, it's just kinder all the way through 5th grade. So I do all grades in case, But yeah, and also for cheer, because I help out with cheer club, we have to cut music and all that stuff.
Right.
So that definitely, I learned a lot of that from here, electronic music.
Very
That's great.
knowledgeable.
Yeah, that editing stuff is it's fun.
Yes.
And it's really amazing what we can do now too.
Yeah.
So
So
It's fun and
honestly,
time-consuming.
yeah, and it helped a lot with just other things in general. Like I said, like it's not just music and stuff. Like everything else, like we learn how to do other things. So, great class.
cool.
Highly recommend.
Yeah.
So, Karina, what could be really, I'm going to offer this opportunity to you, that maybe your 3rd through 5th graders, journalism kids, maybe they want to do a segment here on Valley Vibes. It'd be kind of fun to
Definitely.
highlight some of their work.
Yeah.
Let's, and we're done with this. Let's talk about how to do that because, we're always looking for outside content and It's supposed to be something more than just Central students and
Generation.
Yeah.
but who shows up is who gets to do it. So
Yeah.
anyway, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, I
Yes,
think
it
that'd be a
would.
great
Uh-huh.
idea.
Journalism, it's kind of a newer club, so we're still kind of getting like the students to do it. But I think that'd be a cool opportunity for the kids that are the ones that are like kind of wanting to stay in the club. I think that'd be a
Yeah,
cool
it might be a
opportunity
little
for them.
bait to get them in there too.
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
Well, they posted a video on Friday, like their weekly video,
Mm-hmm.
and it was awesome. I think they did really good, and I believe they really enjoyed it
Yeah.
because it looked like it.
Yeah,
so.
it's not just me too. It's my other coworker, and she loves to put like the time into like the editing of the video and stuff. But it's been really fun. I really enjoy doing it.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
I think, no, we'll definitely get that done within the next month or so.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
that'd be awesome.
So, it's been a couple of years. What else, has kind of transpired in your lives that way and, your student lives? You have any advice to, high school kids on being ready for college?
Being ready for college.
That's a hard one.
I know. I mean, it's really different for everyone,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, I say if there's something you enjoy to do, go for it. Don't be worried about, but this and that, other people's opinions. If you have so much passion for something, whether it's music, whether it's any other, major career, just go for it because,
And I feel like music and arts is something that not a lot of kids will go for only because people might tell them, like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make enough money, it's not a
Stable.
stable job. But
Exactly.
I believe that if that's something you want to go for it.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't matter how much
Exactly.
money it makes. As long as you love it, that's what should matter.
Exactly. And that way, let's say, and one day you could also teach it to other people and inspire other people.
Exactly.
Teach, So I think it's a great way, and you don't have to, be scared or worried to go for what you really want to go
Yeah.
for.
As long as you're passionate about it, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Exactly. And you don't have to make a career out of it. It can be, just enhance
Yeah.
your personal
Yeah,
lives.
a
So.
hobby,
Exactly.
a hobby that you like to do
I
for
feel like
fun.
it's something it's a great thing to know. I think, knowing about music, compose, everything, I think it's a great thing to
Yeah.
learn, honestly.
It expands your knowledge.
Exactly. I love it, honestly. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm really happy that you provided us with this time and have come in here on a Saturday morning. We're recording on a Saturday morning. We will be talking with you soon. So
Thank you so
Thank
much for having
you.
us.
Yeah, appreciate it.
This program was produced and brought to you by Spartan Sound Productions. Special thanks to our guest, IVC Music Department Chair Dr. Hope Davis, IVC students Jocelyn Pinero, Andrea Moreno, Andres Vasquez, and SDSU Imperial Valley student Karina Gutierrez. Thanks also to Dr. Thomas Tacky, creator and executive producer of Spartan Sound Productions, the administration of Central Union High School, Mr. Javier Frimbres, and Power 98 for hosting us, and to you, the listeners.